Switzerland really shuddered when the news about Jungkook and Taehyung spread secretly, but massively. Not because of the concert, not because of the official schedule, but because of one small detail that left the public speechless. Taehyung was seen alone in a luxury hotel in Switzerland, while Jungkook was not by his side. A situation that immediately sparked huge question marks, wild speculation, and heated discussions among global fans. Initially, their presence in Switzerland was never publicly announced. But as always, the public eye is too keen to miss the slightest detail. A hotel staff member, whose identity was kept secret, revealed that Taehyung was seen alone several times in the lobby and balcony area of the hotel. His gaze was blank, his steps were slow, and his aura felt different, quieter than usual. Switzerland, which is known to be quiet, is a silent witness to the silence. The question arises, where is Jungkook? And what's even more thrilling, what exactly did Jungkook do to make Taehyung choose to be alone? There is no official statement. There is no clarification. It is precisely this silence that makes this story even more magnified. On social media, theory after theory sprang up. Some have speculated that Jungkook attended an impromptu meeting of a very personal nature. Some suspect he was involved in a sensitive internal discussion, something that may have been too much to talk about in Taehyung's presence at the time. However, what left the public completely speechless was the testimony of a hotel guest from Europe who said that Taehyung seemed to refuse anyone's company. He ordered dinner to the room, refused additional services, and spent hours just looking at the Swiss mountains from behind the glass window. For fans who know Taehyung as a warm and expressive figure, this picture is heartbreaking. Speculation then leads to an emotional connection between Jungkook and Taehyung, a relationship that has always seemed strong, synchronous, and trusting. It is precisely because of the proximity that this momentary distance feels so striking. Many wondered if Jungkook was facing great pressure that made him stay away for a while. Or is there a heavy conversation that has not yet found its end? Switzerland, in all its tranquility, turns into a dramatic setting of echoing silence. The fans called it the noisiest silence of the year. No photos of togetherness, no smiles that are usually easy to catch on camera. There's only Taehyung, alone, and Jungkook, somewhere. Interestingly, there is no sign of open conflict, no angry body language. There are no cold gestures that usually signal a rift. What is noticeable is precisely the deep silence, as if the two are processing something too personal to show. Some observers even refer to this as a form of emotional maturity, choosing silence over pretense. Switzerland also trembled, not because of scandals, but because of unspoken emotions. In an entertainment world full of noise, moments like this are rare. Two global stars, without an official schedule, without a stage spotlight, just mere mortals with a real burden of feelings that to this day. What Jungkook did is still a question mark. And perhaps, for the first time, the public is learning that not all stories have to have quick answers. Sometimes a moment of silence, as in Switzerland, is enough to show that something big is being thought about, not put on display. And Taehyung, who was alone in the hotel, had unknowingly made the world stop for a moment, asked, and sensed that behind the glitter of a big name, there was a heart that was quietly speaking. The silence did not stop at the hotel balconies or the cold marble alleys. It creeps into cyberspace, infiltrates the timelines of fans, and turns into an uncontrollable wave of discussion. Every little detail is analyzed as if harboring a hidden meaning. What time is Taehyung seen going down to the lobby? How long he stood without speaking? Even the direction of his eyes, as he gazed at the frozen Swiss lake, was disputed. At the same time, Jungkook's existence is the biggest conundrum, too quiet to ignore, too important to forget. Some unofficial sources say Jungkook was seen exiting the hotel early on the same day, without a conspicuous escort. There is no characteristic smile, no relaxed gestures that are usually easy to recognize. The pace is fast, as if chasing something urgent. The suspicion grew that there was a sudden affair that forced her to leave on her own, an affair that she probably didn't want to interfere with Taehyung's sensitive feelings. This is where the public narrative splits. Some believe Jungkook is protecting Taehyung from pressure. Others believe this distance is deepening invisible wounds. Meanwhile, Taehyung chooses silence. No cryptic uploads, no cryptic clues, not even music shared as usual. His silence felt deliberate, as if he were gathering himself in the cold of Switzerland. Some hotel staff said he asked for a private room, but remained polite and warm. He smiled briefly, nodded slowly, then returned to his room. Behind those closed doors, the public could only imagine what he was thinking about Jungkook, about their journey, or about the burdens that often came without warning. Switzerland is again an ironic setting. The country that is often chosen to calm down actually reflects inner tension. Slowly falling snow adds to the impression of silence, as if time is deliberately slowed down so that every emotion feels heavier. On the outside, the world was constantly moving. On the inside, the two great figures of the entertainment world seemed to be caught in an unspoken lull. Emotional observers, those who are used to reading body language and relationship dynamics, rate this as not a sign of separation, but rather a phase of reflection. Too intense closeness sometimes requires distance so as not to hurt each other. Jungkook, by his nature prone to carrying his own weight, might choose to go to get things done without dragging Taehyung into the same maelstrom. Taehyung, with deep sensitivity, chooses to be alone so as not to add to the burden with questions that are not ready to be answered. On the other hand, there are also darker voices. They talk about external pressures, difficult decisions, and the possibility of a heavy conversation being delayed. It is not a conflict that explodes, but a difference in direction that is being tested. But until this second, all of it remained in the territory of conjecture, a mosaic of speculation assembled from small pieces of silence. For sure, this moment teaches the public about a human side that is rarely seen, about how a person can be very close but still need space, about how silence doesn't always mean cold, and distance doesn't always mean moving away. Switzerland, in all its calmness, bears witness that the deepest emotions often do not need words. When night falls and the hotel lights dim, Taehyung looks back at his room window. Not for long, just a few minutes. Enough to stare into the dark, enough to breathe long. Jungkook still hasn't been seen, and it is precisely there that the vibration is felt most strongly. Not because of what is happening, but because of what has not yet been revealed. The public waited, not with demands, but with curiosity mixed with empathy. Because in the end, this story is not about a scandal or a sensation. It's about two human beings who choose different ways to deal with something big. Switzerland may have shuddered, but what really shook were the feelings of millions of people who realized that behind the glare of the world, there was a silence worthy of respect.